Honey Boo Boo, the hands of fate will not be seen, so that we may present the following special program.
Thank you all. I love you as much as I love me, and that's saying something. Hi, I'm Rex Underwood Jr., famous movie actor from years gone by. You know me from such great films as The Godfather, Of the Trailer Park. It co-starred me and the guy who was in T.J. Hooker, but wasn't Shatner. And also Dracula's Rubber Sheets. Ooh, that was a good one. Hope you enjoyed all of my films. Thank you. You're so kind. Now joining me is our co-host for this evening, not in the studio, but by satellite from Branson, Missouri. Here's Spanky the Gorilla. Spanky, how you doing, Spanky? How's it going? Spanky? He's not doing anything. He's just standing there. Can you hear me? The gorilla's doing nothing but standing there. Is something going wrong? I need to know if there's... I'll get right back to him in just a second. Let's get started with today's feature film, friends.
Isn't there any hope?
It's a little ditty called Ring of Terror. Prepare to be terrorized.
Wait a minute. All of us?
And public domain to you. Mwah! Mwah!
I don't need as much sleep as you guys.
Good evening, friends. Let me invite you for a stroll down Graveyard Lane, where beauty and love abide. And in death, we are born to eternal life. All monuments, from the simplest to the most elaborate, stand erect on the closed books of the lives of our beloved departed. And each marker withholds many stories, some filled with happiness.
How hard-headed can you get?
Some filled with sorrow. I wonder, what would they do if they had the chance to relive their lives again? Puma? Puma! Puma! Don't be afraid, Puma. Don't be afraid. Puma! Oh, there you are, Puma. Nice kitty. Yes. Nice Puma. Were you frightened, Puma? Nice kitty. Yes, Puma. Now, just you and I go for a stroll, huh? I'm sorry, Puma. I didn't mean to step on you. There, Puma. Come to Rieger, Puma. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't mean to step on you. Louis B. Moffat. February 3rd, 1933. November 17, 1955. I feared not. I remember him. I remember.
Hey, I'm going to the cafeteria. Anybody hungry?
Just waiting for you. I'm ready.
Come on, Lou. The girls will be there.
All of us, well over 1 billion. Where are you going?
To the cafeteria.
The cake looked delicious.
Not now. Maybe later.
Say, when is your first lecture in dissection?
It's any day now.
You're in for quite a treat. Professor Rayburn is a terrific cut-up. Ah, come on, let's leave him. Let's go, fellas. I'm done. I hope the hamburgers are good tonight.
Quite frankly, I was never so bored in all my life. We parked on the drive, and the first thing he did was turn the car light on. Then he opened the glove compartment, took out some paper, and read me 7 chapters from a book he's writing.
What's the name of the book?
Oh, that I remember.
Alice, are you sure there were no calls for me today?
The phone hasn't rung even once. Has it, Bunny?
Not even once.
All right, we'll see about that.
When Louis says he'll call, he's always right on the dot. I wonder if anything's wrong.
Are you kidding? Nothing will ever happen to that one.
Why not? He's just like any other human being.
Is he? Not from what I hear.
What do you hear, Alice?
Well, Jerry says he's got nerve that won't quit.
My boyfriend Seymour says he likes him. I always get the feeling that there's a fight going on inside of him. I can't quite explain it to you, but it's like there were 2 people inside of him, 2 separate personalities trying to gain control.
Why?
Betty, I think you're in love with the man.
It could be, if it weren't for one thing.
What's that?
Nothing seems to shake him. He's not afraid of anything. It might hurt him someday. I'm going to call him.
Well, it's going to start getting pretty sticky in here in a few minutes. I'm going over to Jenny's room. See you at the cafeteria.
Hello? This is Louis Moffat. Betty, I missed you at the cafeteria.
I was at the hairdresser's.
Oh? On account of our date?
What else?
Well, you're going to be the slickest chickette that ever lovin' hop. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you to ask me what I'm doing.
Well, the gang have gone down to the cafeteria. Would you like to join them?
I'll pick you up.
Now, that's what I call service.
All right, I'll be over in a few minutes.
Gee, you must have jets on this heap.
My launching pad is only 3 blocks away, remember?
Yeah.
Can't we spend a quiet evening, like alone?
Well, we're expecting Professor Rayburn to notify us. The fellas ought to all be together in case he does. You know, the autopsy's being conducted at City Morgue, and John Does don't grow on slabs every day.
We wouldn't be gone long.
Okay, we go for a short drive, moonlight, and then to the cafeteria.
You're so romantic. Magnolia blossoms. Aren't they lovely? I wish you were studying law or architecture or engineering or anything except medicine.
But, darling...
Just because your father was a doctor doesn't mean you have to carry on with a life that was set by someone else.
Betty, we've been over all that before. I'm studying medicine not because Dad was a doctor, but because, well, I feel I have the qualifications that'll make a good doctor. For instance, I'm not afraid of any of it. I'm not afraid of the blood or the corpses or the operations. And things like that are important for a doctor to do his duties well. I'm sorry, Betty, if you're not interested in all that.
It's my fault, darling. I'll never bring up the subject again.
I guess you could say that's my biggest worry right now.
It's a rattler. Hold still, Betty.
Let us out! Let us out!
important thing about a date is to have a good time.
Are you all right, Betty?
I'm all right, Louis. You're not afraid of anything. Not anything.
Which one of the three sodas did you like the best?
Potatoes, vegetables, salads.
Hey, Howard, come here a minute, will you?
What is it, Tiny?
Bring Ragdoll another soda. Make it raspberry, will you? Hey, make it 2.
2 raspberry sodas for the last of the big-time spenders. Odd fellow, that Moffat. Rarely mixes with anybody or anything. Just books, classes, and more books.
You're forgetting Betty Crawford.
What she sees in him, I'll never know.
His magnificent body.
Yeah, she's very devoted to him. Doesn't play the field. Like some girls I know.
She coming to the hop tomorrow night?
Yeah, with Lewis.
He won't be there. Not if the autopsy's for tomorrow night.
Him and 15 other guys. All of you will be dancing with tears in your eyes. Because the boy in your arms is a girl.
Attaboy, Luther!
You doctors to be always spoil our social life with your all-night study routine.
That's all part of a doctor's training. Getting used to the irregular hours of a doctor's life.
Hi, gang. What's new?
Hi,
Betty.
Don't tell me you took her to the morgue to look at all the dead bodies.
I just had a rendezvous with the rattlesnake. It crawled into the car while we were parked. But Lewis killed it.
Gee, no wonder she's pale.
I'd have fainted.
Yes.
Lou, I saw Professor Rayburn on the way down. He said the coroner might have a stiff ready for us by tomorrow night.
Hey, that's great. Yeah, as soon as the city coroner confirms it, he'll let us know the exact time.
There you are.
Oh, hey. Oh, boy, does that look crazy.
Nutritious and highly digestible lard.
And here's your check.
Check. Hey, is this a price? Or is that your telephone number?
You'll have to do better than that, Tiny.
Elsewhere at the beautiful FU.
The frosh look like they're going to provide a lot of kicks this year, Howard. What do you got cooked up for the initiation?
Well, the radiology class has some new routines worked out for the budding medics. I hope the boys can take it.
I hear they got hold of some stunts tried out at Yale and Cornell. Not to mention jolly old Oxford.
Oh, the brain has spelled it out.
They even have one from the University of Naples, which dates way, way back.
Bella Napoli. So what do you got, a paisan?
What's wrong with those people?
Sounds terrific.
Hey, what gives? Buddy, not a meeting. Besides, we can't give the pledges out their routines until after I see how they make out in their first autopsy, which I think will be tonight.
Jason, bring the bass.
Later at Scenic FU.
Professor Rayburn. Hello, Moffat. Professor Rayburn, may I ask a favor of you?
Why, certainly. What is it?
Well, I understand that you use a student to assist you at your autopsies.
Yes, but that shouldn't concern you. I usually pick seniors.
Well, I was wondering if I might help you.
That's odd. Most of the fellas try to dodge it. They give me all kinds of lame duck excuses, from heart condition to athlete's foot.
Well, I think it'd be very interesting, and, well, may I, sir?
Well, all right. I tell you what you do. You go by the morgue just before class and slip into a surgical gown. And I'll give you your instructions.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
Hello?
This is Woody.
This is Dr. Rayburn.
Well, I have a ticket for the High Teen Carnival Saturday, and...
You have one ready?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not too late.
Well, would you like to go?
Tomorrow is Saturday, and there's no class until Monday, so... Oh, that'll be fine.
Well, shall I pick you up about 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you. Rayburn speaking.
Oh, Professor Rayburn.
Yes. Will you notify the boys to be at the City Morgue, 315 Broadway, at 8:45 tonight?
Yes, I'll get word to the others. The City Morgue, 315 Broadway, 8:45 tonight.
Thank you.
Right. This is it, fellas. City Morgue, 8:45 tonight. Listen, I'll go over to Morrison Hall and tell the rest. And Jim, you go to the North Dormitory and spread the word around. Let's go.
Gentlemen, this is your first gastrovascular dissection. It is the threshold of your future medical career. Some of us may succeed, and some of us may falter. However strong we may feel, some of us cannot overcome certain inner emotions. And when we view an autopsy of this kind, let me say to you to feel free to leave the class.
Wait till you see San Francisco.
If you should feel nauseous.
Father has taught Joan to spit into the toilet.
Mr. Moffat, will you roll in Mr. John Doe, please? Mr. John Doe left this world with one possession on him, a gold ring. We shall begin with a pectoral incision. Now expose the gastrovascular cavity. We have cut through the epidermis, and you see this yellow mass. That's the fatty tissue. It reminds you of chicken fat. We then proceed to the right and locate the duodenum. Now, gentlemen, please pay close attention. Lesser or greater degree. For example, pressure some of you on a pinch of This man must have led a very full and active life. Perhaps he was a carpenter or bricklayer. But his muscle structure up in his chest is just fantastic. You notice all the tissue in here? You see that? Now, another indication. It's a kind of a dark, bloody mass. Well, it's not very pleasant to look at, I must admit, but it's most important to the human anatomy. Now, gentlemen, you have just seen your first medical dissection. Mr. John Doe has rendered posthumously a great service to medical science. Tomorrow he will be transferred to the General Mausoleum of the Raven Hill Cemetery, where he will be stored for about a week in the receiving vault. Mr. Moffat, you may escort Mr. John Doe to his drawer.
Yes,
yes. I know it's standing out a little bit on top, but if you light it right, no one... Hi! Hope you've been enjoying our movie, Ring of Terror. Wasn't that surgery scene exciting? I understand we now have our connection back with Spanky, who's on stage with his One Gorilla show from Branson, Missouri. Spanky, take it away. So you're telling me that's what we spent money on? We spent money on that? Let's get back to our movie now. I'm sure something interesting will happen before it's over.
Meanwhile, at FU...
Something happened to the lights. It's dark. Somebody... I'm afraid.
What's the matter?
You were talking in your sleep. What's wrong? Having a nightmare?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. What are you doing with my book?
The Psychology of Fear. What are you scared of?
Come on, let's get some sleep. What's the matter with you?
I was just thinking.
Young man, you get off that bed and get to work.
You know, every time you have a nightmare, you always say the same words. Don't turn off the light.
It's the same nightmare I've been having ever since I was a kid. It's got some meaning, I guess, but I don't know what it is. Maybe I've been around too many dead bodies. Look, it's 10 minutes after 4. Let's get some sleep, huh?
Go F-U! Go F-U!
How about you? You made up with Betty's?
Well, not exactly. You know, I can't say I blame them, though. We did leave them stranded at the dance.
Alice won't even look at me.
I don't know how they have the nerve to want to speak to us even after last night.
I'm tired of playing second fiddle to a skeleton.
Yeah, they'd rather be with those dead bodies over there than with these live ones right here.
Excuse me, it's back to necking with Cher.
Betty? Betty, wait!
A virgin! I was hoping they'd get over it before we do it again for Friday night.
That's right, the barbecue.
And also initiation night. I hear some pretty gruesome stories.
After that autopsy, what could be so tough?
Go F-U!
Hey, look! I've been looking all over for you.
You found me.
You know Wayne Arnold?
Yeah.
He was killed last night.
You're kidding.
Driving that hopped-up car of his. Slammed right into a truck. They said he was going over 100 miles an hour when it happened. I'm going over to the funeral parlor tonight, and I wondered if you wanted to come along.
Gee, I'd like to, but I better hit the books.
What's the matter? Scared, Moffat?
You know, as a matter of fact, I can make it. After dinner, okay?
Sure.
Well, I better cut out. I'll see you then. So long, Bob.
So long, Pete.
Turn on the lights.
Don't panic. I'll light the camera. What's wrong?
I gotta get out of here. Come on.
What happened?
It got dark.
Yeah, the candle blew out.
Do you remember that nightmare I had? I said I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. But I do now. When I was 8 years old, my grandfather died, and the coffin was in the living room. The night before the funeral, I begged my mother to leave the light on in my room, and she wouldn't do it. And I cried. And she told me if I didn't stop, my grandfather would get up and give me a licking. And then she turned out the light and she left me. And I laid there all night in the dark, listening to all the sounds, scared to death that body would get up and come into my room.
Wow. Well, now that you know what the reason is, it won't bother you anymore.
I sure hope so. Look, do me a favor, will you?
Sure.
Don't tell anybody what happened.
Don't worry, I won't tell anybody.
You know how it is. You just don't want people to think you're chicken.
Delmarva, Chicken of Tomorrow Queen. Nancy McGee of Berlin, Maryland.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Elsewhere at the beautiful FU.
Well, as it stands, fellas, we have 18 assignments ready, each in a separate sealed envelope.
Hey, Clark, where have you been? All of the assignments are made except one.
Except Louis Muffins. We've got a great idea, and it fits him to a T. It's terrific. Go on, tell him. Listen to this, fellas. It's good.
Well, at the autopsy, Moffat acted as if he'd played around with corpses all of his life. The entire procedure didn't bother him a bit.
A galvanized stomach, huh?
Professor Rayburn said that John Doe's body would be transferred to the Raven Hill General Mausoleum after the autopsy. Now, tomorrow night, after the barbecue, Moffat will be given...
Betty.
If you'll excuse me.
No, I won't excuse you. I'm going to talk to you, and you're going to listen.
I don't care about anything you have to say. Will you please get out?
Not until you listen to me.
Okay. But make it short, will you?
First of all, why are you so?
You don't know.
Well, I'm you
know pretty well.
I think that's a mighty reason. You know me, sure. We had no say in it.
I know that.
Then why are you mad? You know we had to make that lecture or flunk out automatically. We had no say in it.
I know that.
Then why are you mad?
It isn't just the dance, Louis. It's the way you've been acting.
Oh?
You've been acting like some sort of Superman. At least that's what they say.
They?
They say you've been showing how fearless you are by wheeling dead bodies into classrooms. They say you've been acting like an oddball. They say you won't even let them like you.
They again. You know what I think about they every time I hear that word? I think of some big, gray, shapeless monster with a million faces and a million voices. And when you look close, nothing at all. If you listen to they, Betty, you'll be running around in circles all your life. It's you that I care about, not they, what they say, what they think. I wouldn't let they make any decisions for me.
Later at Scenic FU.
Professor Rayburn?
No.
How about you, Dr. Walsh?
No, thank you.
I imagine we ought to make a decision. My vote goes for Miss, Lund. Miss Alice Lund.
I'll go along with that, too.
Well, I vote for Miss Milford. Miss Ragdoll Milford.
I think we've reached a majority decision. You'll make the announcement, Professor Rayburn.
I'll be glad to.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce that the judges have reached a majority decision. It is my pleasure to announce the Queen of the Bacchanalian Festival,
Nancy McGee of Berlin, Maryland. Everyone joining in the festival spirit.
Losing beauty pageant contestants will receive a bottle of Gloria Gruesome's Ugly Remover. It gets rid of turkey necks, crow's feet, and other poultry-related afflictions. A makeover from Earl Norman, world champion tractor pull champ and beauty expert.
Hey, my name is Earl Norman. I am a monster truck puller, and I also put mud on the faces of beautiful women who need to be made beautiful because they aren't beautiful yet. Like this poor woman who just lost that teenage beauty pageant. Ooh, egad, she's a hideous crone. But I will make her beautiful with a makeover. First off, I will make her beautiful by giving her a new hairstyle. It's called a bouffant. You'll look at it and go, boo, what the hell is it? That's for a start. Then I will give her a lovely, complete makeover. First things first, you can see her skin is uneven. She needs a foundation of beauty so that she can be even more lovely. Here, we'll put some foundation on her to even out her uneven skin, it looks like. Ooh. Unfortunately, she is now very shiny. I need to do some powder to get the shine off of her skin. There, now she's beautiful. And now the coup d'etat. We'll put on some lipstick so her lips will shine and stand out and match her hair color. Look at how beautiful she is. She could not look any better. Next year, I am sure she will win the contest with all them college boys. You can be just like her by getting a makeover from me, Earl Norman. Just look for me in the yellow pages or follow my truck when it's going down the interstate. It's the one spewing mud. Call me now. Thank you. Ah!
Also, a new set of self-chewing white teeth. And finally, a whack in the head with a beauty stick. Patent pending. Meanwhile, at FU...
Bacchus, the king of wine. Praise be Bacchus. Oh, no, you have 2 more minutes to go. Then you can have all you want.
I'm so thirsty, it seems like I've been without water for a month instead of just a day.
All right. Hey, fellas, His Highness craves to sup of yon nectar. Are we ready? Yeah. A tall, refreshing goblet of Coke nectar.
I don't want a Coke.
Everybody back in.
I knew something would happen.
Oh, come on, Tommy. I know what your mission is. Tommy, come on.
I don't see why you let that girl eat up so much of your time.
Here's your assignment. Let's see.
Tiny. For the next 7 days, you will forego all food whatever, with the exception of bread and water at 3 regular intervals a day. Oh, no, that's too much. I quit. Here, you can have my saccharin bottle and take back your assignment. I don't want to be anybody's brother that bad. Besides, I already got me a brother. And I got a sister, too.
You passed.
Yeah?
I was just kidding you. You passed your initiation. You're one of them.
Yeah?
Didn't have the heart to keep you worrying about it.
Oh, you mean I'm a brother? Oh, boy. Wait till I tell Ragdoll.
It's almost 11:30. My assignment.
May I read it?
Sorry, darling. Against the rules. you shall go to Ravenhill Cemetery. Enter the General Mausoleum. In aisle 3, crypt 18, you will find the remains of autopsy John Doe. On his right angular finger, you'll find a gold ring, which you must deliver to the president of the Senior Initiation Committee upon your return to the campus. The Senior Committee will later make proper restitution through the caretaker of Ravenhill.
Want something different for a change?
You're not scared, are you? You are. For the first time in your life, you're really scared.
Don't be silly. There's nothing to it. I've got to go.
Please be careful, darling.
I'll see you when I get back.
Hey, Bob, have you seen Lou around?
Yeah, he should be back any minute.
Where'd he go?
On his assignment. Hey, what about you? Did you finish yours?
Yes, I ask everyone who lives on Howard Street for a penny.
And?
I got 23 cents.
23 cents? You were gone 4.5 hours and all you got is 23 cents?
It must be the recession. You know, I heard you guys gave an assignment that dates back to the 15th century.
About that time.
Is that the one Lou got?
Hey, why all the curiosity?
Oh, I just wondered if Lou's assignment was as weird as mine.
Weird? Yeah, I guess that is the word for it. Weird.
This is ridiculous.
Do come often.
Say, you like to do lots of things, don't you?
Louis B. Moffat, I feared not. Yet fear dwells within all of us, young and old alike. Has terrifying fear ever gripped your heart?
Thanks for asking me, but no.
Oh, much worse than I remembered. That was just dreadful, wasn't it? I was in a much better remake of that. It is called Nose Ring of Horror. If you see it online, watch it. I get 15 cents every time it streams. Now, I'm not sure you stayed awake for this whole thing, so we've prepared for you a little quiz. All right, let's get started. Dr. Rayburn's greatest discovery was A, tasty cough syrup, B, an unknown organ, C, Brett Summers' G-spot. This fraternity member, A, has a 1.0 GPA, B, has been of drinking age since the Taft administration, or C, has been drunk since the Taft administration. The cafeteria band was known as A, the Meal Plan Monstrosities, B, Magna Cum Laude, they are good, or C, Thesis Awful. The pest on the left became A successful impressionist, B, a missing person on Unsolved Mysteries, or C, Dr. Rayburn's next cadaver. Critics said Ring of Terror, A, pushed the boundaries of filmmaking, B, featured stunning cinematography, C, smelled like an outhouse in July. This woman's problem was, A, she worried about what others thought, B, she didn't worry enough about her body odor, or C, 3 words, box of rocks. And finally, Moffat's nightmares were caused by A, corpse in the living room, B, a skeleton in the closet, or C, a coarse brown hair in his pudding. You missed most of them. I knew it. I knew you weren't paying attention. That's why we didn't try very hard to put on a good show. Hey. Good night. Good night.
Not appearing in tonight's show, Speck Rhodes, Ingrid Cold, Suit Fenster, Bunny Breckenridge, Bob Sacamano and the Delmarva Peninsula Orchestra, the ghost of Charles Nelson Riley, Buster Rhymes, and Charo.
She's a little shiny, so I need to get some of that shine off of her skin. There, she looks beautiful now. There, now she's beautiful.